Hey guys, it's Aiden with Upper James Toyota again, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the biggest changes into 2024, the outgoing V6 in a Tacoma versus the new turbo 4-cylinder in a 2024 Tacoma. We're gonna go check it out, see which one is better. Before we do, please subscribe so you don't miss any more of our Toyota related content, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so behind me is a 2023 TRD off-road Tacoma. And a fun fact, the Tacoma in the last 2 years has outsold the Canyon, Frontier, Ranger, and Colorado twice over. So it's actually double the amount sold for those 4 vehicles. We're trying to figure out why that is in the outgoing Tacoma versus the 2024. So let's get into this one. So under the hood of the 2023 Tacoma is gonna be a 3.5 liter V6. It's gonna be making about 278 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. And this engine is probably the most sought after, most reliable Toyota engine they have made. It was shared in an old RAV4, V6 of course, a V6 Camry, the gas model Sienna, and a gas model Highlander. So that's why the big change into the 2024 powertrain-wise is very, very controversial. So on the front end of the 2023 Tacoma, you're gonna get halogen bulbs, halogen fog lights as well, which is gonna change onto a 2024. So it's giving a nice little refresh design onto the 24 with LED headlights, LED turn signals, and LED fog lights as well. So being a TRD off-road, this vehicle is catered for someone taking this truck off-road. So on this vehicle, you're gonna get 16-inch TRD specific alloy wheels for this package on the Tacoma. So this being an employee vehicle, he has added running boards on the side of it. Now, the Tacoma isn't super tall. It's on our full-size pickup truck like the Tundra. However, having running boards on the side of the vehicle will obviously provide anyone getting into the vehicle a little bit easier access getting into the cab, either the front seat or the back seat. Okay, now that we've seen the front of the vehicle and the side, let's take a peek to the back and see what the back's got to offer for this truck. Okay, so looking at the back of the 2023 Tacoma, obviously compared this to the 2024, it does look a little bit dated. They haven't really changed the rear or really the front of the Tacoma in quite some time. So on the back, on this one, it's gonna be a short box, which is 5 foot versus the 6 foot box on the 2024, which you will be seeing shortly. Now, if we open it up, there's no power tailgate. It's one click. Tailgate lifts down for us. They have a bed mat installed as well. So if you're actually gonna be loading anything into the rear of your truck, this is a great Toyota genuine accessory. Basically, it's gonna protect the bed liner from any scratches, dents, dings, stuff like that. Another really big thing into the bed of the Tacoma, which people love over competitors, is the fact that the box is made out of composite material, which means that it's not gonna dent, it's not gonna scratch, it's not gonna ding, and it's very light and durable, which people want when they're transporting things in the bed. Okay guys, let's take a peek onto the 2023 Tacoma. So jumping inside, I'm pretty comfy in here, I will not lie. Now, not a whole lot of space on the inside of these. You will see that onto the 2024, that they have definitely increased the rear space by about 3%, Toyota says. However, on the driver's side seat or the front passenger seat is actually pretty comfortable. So turning on the vehicle, that is going to be the 3.5 V6 that is shared in a bunch of other vehicles that we have had in the past. Now, the inside definitely needs a bit of a tech upgrade. So you're still gonna have quite an old system on the inside here. With that though, you are still getting a lot of great Toyota features with the vehicle. You're gonna have safety sense, built-in nav, heated seats, an off-road, different crawl controls, multi-train select, which is nice if you are taking the vehicle maybe not on a paved road, which isn't bad. Now, on the inside, you're gonna notice that a couple things need definitely some tweaks with trims, finishes, and just overall features on the inside. For a truck at this price point, you're probably looking for a bit more tech, a bit more stuff focused to someone actually driving or off-roading this vehicle. Okay guys, so looking at the rear seats of the 2023 Tacoma, one big change onto the 2024 is that your rear storage compartment is going to be behind your seats, and there's not a whole lot of it. You're gonna have on the 24, the seat will fold up. Here, they can just basically fold up to add anything horizontal in the vehicle. On the 24, this will actually be your storage compartment. So that's one big change between these two. However, onto the back, I left the seat where I was driving the vehicle, and I am definitely a little bit squished. Now in the back, not a whole lot of features back here. There's 2 cup holders on both doors. and 2 cup holders in the center. That's it. There's no charging ports, no air vents, nothing like that. So that's a big change that we hope Toyota is going to improve onto the 2024 Tacoma. Okay guys, looking at the 2024 TRD Off-Road Tacoma, the biggest thing, the engine, a 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder. Now, oddly enough, it's gonna make exactly the same horsepower as a 2023 V6, 278 horsepower in this package. This is an automatic. If you go to a manual, you will drop 8 horsepower. So you're down to about 270, 271. But the big difference is gonna be on your torque. On the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, you're getting 317 foot-pounds of torque, which is 52 more than the outgoing V6. So you actually will be able to have a bit more payload, and it's gonna tow exactly the same at about 6,400 pounds. This Tacoma is gonna be featured in a new color for the 2024 called Underground. Arguably my favorite color now that we are gonna offer in our lineups for colors. I love it. It's kind of like a dark gray, very similar to the 2023 in magnetic gray metallic. However, this one's more of a flat color, which I really, really like. Now, comparing the front end versus the old one as well, I like the front end a lot more on this. I like the front end with the LED lights. I like the LED fog lights on the bottom, which is kind of like 2 little bars, which are also shared in the new Tundras, which I think give the front end a very, very aggressive look. Okay guys, so looking at the tires in the 2024 Tacoma, you're gonna get 1 inch bigger than the outgoing 2023 for the TRD off-road package. You're gonna have 17-inch premium alloy rims catered to the off-road on this vehicle. Now, you pair that up with the Predator side steps on the vehicle, which are a little bit different versus the running boards on the 23. But I like these. It's very, very simple. It doesn't go through the whole length of the vehicle, and I like how it's just 1 for the driver, 1 for the rear passenger. I kind of like that idea that it's not just 1 solid board running through the side. Now, looking at the side of the vehicle versus the other Tacoma is that height-wise, they're very, very similar. But I personally just like the look of this one on the side a lot better. The lines are better, I think. I like the mirrors. I like the wheel wells. I like the shocks on them. Everything on the new 2024 Tacoma from appearance-wise, I say I'm in fan of. So looking at the rear of the 2024 Tacoma versus the 2023, I personally like the look on the back a lot better. The rear taillights look a lot better, not as dated as the outgoing model for the Tacoma. Now, looking at the bed size, the size of the 2023 was the short bed, which is 5 foot in that case. In this one, it's gonna be the regular bed, which is 6 foot. So it's gonna be a little bit bigger. I like how the trunk still opens with a nice easy click on the rear tailgate. That's one big thing too. The tailgate is super, super light. So I love that. Like I mentioned to you before on the 2023 with the composite bed, they're still using that onto the 2024s. So onto a really cool feature of the bed of the 2024 Tacoma is that these little inserts right here are actually meant for a little 2x4. So what you could basically do is put 1 here and 1 towards the actual cab. Now you actually have room for technically 3, so you can put another one over the wheel well. What this will basically do is kind of give you a little bit of a shelf. So if you're a contractor taking stuff up to a cottage, you're building something, or you just want to kind of have 2 different spaces in the actual trunk or the bed of the vehicle, this will use as a little separation. So you can put stuff on the top and then lay stuff underneath, which I think is a really, really cool feature. Okay guys, so getting into the new 2024 Tacoma. I'm gonna start up the car, or the truck in this case. The 4-banger comes to life, which I don't mind in this truck. So, couple big improvements onto the 2024 Tacoma is that everything tech-wise, space-wise, and feature-wise, I think has been improved. So in front of the driver, you're gonna get a full digital display, an 8-inch display, which is the smaller of the 2 screen options onto a new Tacoma. So you get an 8-inch, or on a premium or a higher up trim level, you'll get actually a 14-inch display, which is massive, very, very similar to the Tundra. Now, being an off-road vehicle, you're gonna get a lot of different off-road modes, kind of like the 2023. However, you're gonna have quite a few more. So you're gonna have your 4 low, 4 high, 2 high, tow haul modes, drive modes, crawl control, multi-train select, downhill assist controls, which is very, very neat if you are gonna off-road this vehicle. One very, very cool thing I like about the vehicle, 2 things, is gonna be your dial switches here in the middle. You actually have a physical switch now, which doesn't feel inexpensive when you actually click it. You get a very, very satisfying click, which you know for certain that you actually have pushed that button to to use that feature. Now, another really interesting thing, which I have not seen yet in person other than at the auto show, is that this dash on the Tacoma, and it does obviously tell you that you are in a new 2024 Tacoma right there, you can actually color customize that to the vehicle that you're in. So I have seen it with blue, I have seen it with red, I've seen it with this silver, I've seen it just with black as well. You can customize that depending on the color and the package that you choose for a 2024 Tacoma. Okay guys, looking into the back of the 2024 Tacomas, the first big thing, you're gonna fold up the seats. That is where your storage compartment will be on the truck. So it's not behind the seat anymore, it's just under, and it actually does provide a decent bit of space, which is nice if you're gonna be carrying any ropes, bags, stuff like that, which is shown in this one right now. It actually is a pretty good option to store some things. Now, jumping into the back seat, I left my seats in my driving position. I'm jumping up and I definitely have more space back here, which is nice. Now, a couple big things. I don't have a charging port, but I do have a 120 volt back here, which I could turn that into a charging port. You still get your 6 cup holders, which isn't bad. Other than that, no vents, no USB-Cs, no lightning cords, nothing like that. So they are definitely still lacking a few features in the rear of the truck. However, space-wise, they're claiming there's 3% more space into the rear of the 2024 Tacoma, which I actually do feel. My legs aren't touching the seats. I'm got a little bit of space between the headliner and my top of my head. So I actually think Toyota has listened and they have improved the back for any of your passengers riding in the rear of your truck. Okay guys, so there's my overview of the two Tacomas, the 24 versus the 2023. In my opinion, I think Toyota has listened to consumers. I think they have updated quite a few things that people wanted change on, which I am very, very happy to say. Now, a big thing that I didn't talk about yet is going to be which one's better on gas. And obviously the new 2024 is going to average about 11.1 liters combined versus 11.7 combined on the outgoing Tacoma. Now, both of these being automatic, this one comes with an 8-speed auto versus only a 6-speed auto in the outgoing. Now, obviously the manuals are still an option, but between the two, the new 24s are going to be more fuel efficient, which is great. Now, couple keynotes. They're both still going to be towing 6,400 pounds. A big improvement onto the 2024 is the payload has increased by about 500 pounds. So in the bed of the truck, you're going to kind of put in about 1,600 pounds of any rock, material, appliances, whatever you're going to be needing to be transporting in the truck. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching the 2023 versus the 2024 Tacoma. Both of these vehicles are here. The 24 is a demonstrator vehicle, so it is here for test drive. So come on down. We're located at 999 Upper James Street in Hamilton, Ontario. You can book an appointment over the phone. You can email in and we can set that up for you guys. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you do not miss any more of our future content, and we'll see you guys in the next video.